Hi, Stephen. This is Rafael Macho. I just wanted to show you a bit work I've been doing with other company. I know I've been more specific with Swarovski and doing a type of work more as a designer, illustrator. In the past, I was working with some company for about 6-7 with a company called ICF, and what was great about it was that I would do a lot of things for them, going from creation, conception, to storyboard, to design, and to work with animator. This is a bit raw, I'm just showing you a few files I've been doing. But basically I will get with them getting some script and with a timing and text explaining what they may want to show. And in that case, they had some sketches done at the agency, but they were really not in the right format or very descriptive of the character. But that was a good way to start. And usually when I was getting document like that, I would start to make note, like a director, using a script and making some sketches, ideas. And I would then start to do some quick sketches. I do different kind of sketches. Sometimes I need to go very quickly for me. I don't necessarily share those with the client, the final client, or sometimes I need to do a bit more polished sketches to show to the client. But I like to keep simple, black and white. Sometimes I use a color to show some detail. And based on the script, I start to do different sketches, showing some people going home. They will get the new light bulb to save energy. If I had to have a panel showing like sort of an idea how the camera could move, showing like a different a city for different places. So I will do those sketches to help the team to understand what I was trying to do, how I would like to visualize as a director to show the element. And sometimes some frame needed a bit more explanation. So doing different sketches on how to resolve the script. With this client, what was great was that I will create some visuals, and I will also start to do character design with them to develop some visuals. And on that particular job, I was working with another designers, illustrator were doing two different directions. And then they submitted to the BGE, the client, to show what look was something they like. And from those initial, I start to create frames based on the storyboard I had done. And those were frames that I created using their color branding, creating some typographic element, and to prepare all those files. So that was a project that I did with them, and instead of having them hiring different people, having a storyboard artist, a designer, a director, I would be that person doing all of them, and it will help. Their budget were smaller sometimes, so they needed someone who could do different things, and the deadline was tight. So instead of having 2 or 3 people, they will hire me and do directly all that at the beginning. And then I will sometimes also create an animatic. I will show you another example with them where I will show how all those sketches are working together. It was a great cooperation, and I did a lot of work with them, some great clients, and they were paying me highly. I used to have direct client. I would be paid 150 an hour and overtime, all those things. And even my rate was high. That was somehow saving them time than hiring 2 or 3 people in a tight schedule. This is another project I did with the same company. And what was interesting, they wanted to do a promo for the company. At that time, they knew I was good with typography. They wanted to have something only typeface driven, some text on screen. And I was like, why don't we create something a bit more interesting? It was about how the company works. So I did some sketches simple where it was to create some little character. There was no yet any character design, but I used their text from the script and I create visuals they didn't expect at all. Creating characters, creating a storyboard that will be very different from their expectation. And I did different of them. So it was very interesting because they loved it. and the creative director was really enjoying that. They wanted to go for it. It was totally unexpected. But then down the chain, someone said, well, let's make it something more simple. We just want type. We love it. Maybe another project. Anyway, it got killed, like it happens sometime. But that was me helping them to come with something they didn't expect, some treatment, some ideas. So being part of the conception as well. This is another project I did with some company too for the US Army, and it was a bit different because it was more a story, more like how can we talk as this is like it's not a short film, but it was like animated versus live action because they had concern. They didn't want to show a soldier and turn into I was showing a black person, a white person, Asian. So for those reasons, it became an animation project. And on those, I was asked to just show different emotion. It was a PSA for the army about the problem related to drug. And the script was very tight. It was very not showing so much things. It was a text saying drugs are bad if you have problem with drugs. But I wanted to show a person going through this problem, being isolated, a depression could lead to drug abuse. So I did those first sketches very quick. This was another treatment because they were asking, can we use typography, close-up? Can we show a different shot? Can we show the people from the top so we don't show personality? So I was like, well, I'm playing with a shadow. There's sort of behavior of the people having problem with drugs, and I was showing different visuals. So it was a great project too. The visual turned out to be different in the end. But that's what I did for this project.